When I think back to that day in class, it still feels like a scene from a movie I didn't want to be a part of. The teacher was explaining something, walking back and forth like he always does, and then suddenly he stopped, looked around the room, and called my name. For a second, I wasn't even sure if I heard him correctly. My mind went blank, my chest tightened, and my hands literally froze. I felt my whole body stiffen as everyone turned toward me. I lowered my eyes and somehow managed to give the answer. And the answer was actually correct. But what happened next threw me off so badly that I can never forget it. The teacher smiled in a way that made me nervous, pointed toward the front of the classroom, and said I should come forward and explain the answer in detail. As I walked to the front, every step felt heavier than the last. I lifted my eyes for a second, took a breath, and the moment I opened my mouth to explain, a wave of panic hit me. All I could think about was how many people were staring at me, what they must be thinking, whether my face looked weird, whether my voice sounded nervous. That tiny voice in my head started screaming that everyone was judging me, and because of that one voice, I dropped my gaze again. My mind went blank. The same answer I explained a minute ago felt impossible to say out loud. I stuttered, hesitated, and eventually said nothing. The teacher's expression changed instantly. He scolded me so harshly that I felt tears burning in my eyes. He said I was in 12th grade but still didn't have the confidence to look up while talking. He said I looked like a fool. And honestly, in that moment, I believed him. When I got home, I replayed the whole thing in my head over and over again. But instead of blaming the teacher or my classmates for staring, I realized the problem was entirely inside me. Something was stopping me from speaking confidently, something invisible but powerful. I searched on YouTube for how to make eye contact, hoping to find some magic trick. But all I found were videos that talked about random tips that didn't even match the real problem. None of them spoke about that tight feeling in the chest or the fear of being judged. None talked about the pressure that builds inside your head. The more I watched, the more frustrated and confused I became. So I closed everything and decided to figure it out myself. Over the next few days, I started observing my own reactions, my own thoughts, and slowly I discovered 3 key things that changed my entire life. These 3 realizations didn't just improve my eye contact, they completely transformed my confidence. And I promise you, if you truly absorb these points and practice them, you'll see such powerful results that you'll come back and comment that they actually worked. I guarantee it. The turning point came on a normal day in a small cafe. I was sitting alone, sipping my coffee, lost in my thoughts. In front of me was a guy working on his laptop. At one point, he accidentally glanced at me. Our eyes met for just a moment, and he immediately looked away, almost like he was embarrassed or nervous. And suddenly, I saw myself in him. The way he broke eye contact so fast, the awkwardness in his body language, it felt like I was looking at a mirror. That moment hit me like a realization I had been waiting for. He was just another human being struggling with the same thing. And that one moment made me realize something huge. The person in front of you is not a superhero. They are not perfect. They are not judging you as much as you think. They are just another human with their own insecurities. Everyone is struggling with something. Everyone feels nervous sometimes. Even the people who look confident are hiding something behind that confidence. The boss, the teacher, the stranger, the popular kid, everyone has moments of fear, doubt, and awkwardness. Thinking that the person in front of you is perfect is the biggest lie we tell ourselves. The truth is simple. They are human, just like you. And human beings are never perfect. The funny thing is that people are so busy thinking about themselves that they barely have time to judge you. We think everyone is staring at us, analyzing our every move. But in reality, they're thinking about their own face, their own body language, their own problems. Once this made sense to me, something inside me loosened. I realized that looking someone in the eyes doesn't expose your weaknesses. It actually shows strength. People don't judge you when you look at them confidently. They respect you more. Running away from eye contact doesn't protect you from judgment. It increases it. But facing it, breaking that fear, creates confidence. I know that at first, talking while looking someone in the eye feels awkward. It feels as if you're performing. But the truth is, you have to try because nothing changes without action. If you avoid eye contact every time, your brain will never understand what it feels like to face that fear. You must at least give yourself the chance to experience what happens when you don't think about what people might say. And trust me, the moment you stop imagining worst-case scenarios in your head, your fear reduces by half. Just accepting that the other person is also human will bring down your anxiety by at least 50%. The next thing that helped me was understanding why eye contact feels hard only with some people. When you talk to your best friend or someone close, eye contact feels easy. You're natural. You don't force anything. But when you talk to someone new or someone you feel intimidated by, everything suddenly becomes complicated. Why does that happen? Because with close people, you're not performing. You're being your real self. Eye contact becomes difficult only when fear enters the equation. When you start thinking that you have to maintain eye contact perfectly, you lose your natural rhythm. What was supposed to be a simple human moment becomes a test. You feel like you must pass. And when you force yourself to stare into someone's eyes like it's an exam, it doesn't feel like connection anymore. It feels like pressure. It feels fake. You start overthinking whether you're staring too much, whether you should blink, Whether you should look away, your mind becomes a mess. The more you try to control it, the worse it gets. Eye contact isn't about locking eyes and never looking away. It's about being present. It's about listening, responding, connecting. It should feel like a natural part of the conversation, not a performance. You don't have to stare. You don't have to impress. You don't have to force yourself. Just be present. Be real. Natural eye contact happens when you're relaxed. When your mind isn't running 10,000 thoughts per second. When the connection is genuine, eye contact happens automatically. And if it doesn't happen naturally, forcing it will only make you look uncomfortable, not confident. The strongest eye contact is the one that flows without pressure. Once these realizations started sinking in, I finally understood what natural eye contact really means. It's not staring, and it's not avoiding. It's simply staying present with the person in front of you. When you're not overthinking, your eyes don't freeze, and they don't run away either. They move in a natural rhythm. A simple, effortless way to practice this is to hold eye contact for 3 to 5 seconds while the other person talks. Then gently glance away, maybe to the side or down for a moment, and then bring your eyes back. You'll appear confident, calm, and comfortable. Not robotic, not creepy, just real. Most people make the mistake of either never looking up or staring continuously. Both are extremes. Confidence is in the balance. Another important thing I learned is that your emotions must match your eyes. People can tell instantly whether you're faking confidence. The eyes reveal everything: fear, calmness, confusion, interest. That's why natural eye contact isn't just about where you look. It's about what you feel while looking. If you're calm inside, your eyes will show it. If you're afraid, your eyes will show that too. So instead of forcing your eyes, focus on relaxing your mind first. When your thoughts slow down, your eyes automatically become steady. You don't have to fight anything, you just have to be present. And this is exactly why I'm sharing these ideas, not to teach you techniques that feel mechanical or fake, but to help you understand the deeper mindset that creates confidence naturally. When you stop comparing yourself, when you stop assuming others are perfect, when you realize that everyone is just like you, eye contact becomes effortless. When you stop trying to perform and start trying to connect, you automatically look confident. And when you practice these small shifts, your nervousness slowly fades away. Your eyes become clear, calm, and confident, not because you memorized some technique, but because you changed the way you think. If you take these lessons seriously and apply them, the results will shock you. You'll walk into conversations feeling lighter. You'll notice people responding to you with more respect. You'll see how a simple moment of eye contact can make you look confident without saying a word. The fear that once lived inside you will shrink, and just like me, you'll realize that the only thing that was stopping you was the story you kept telling yourself. Stop running, stop hiding, start connecting. The world is not judging you the way you think. And once you embrace that, your confidence will rise to a level you've never experienced before.